know.
Well, if that was the last house on the...
That was your last house on the list, on the circuit, yes.
We'll take the few items that we pilfered and head back.
Alright. Head back. Just in time to basically fucking walk in the door and see Potman going at it with his bomb.
You know, I'd say I'm not surprised, disappointed, but I knew this was going to happen.
I told you it was going to happen.
So yeah, as they come in and Potman lays off the carb to finish up the hit, he says, "Hey, I don't need paper anymore."
Would we have happened across any sort of bags or backpacks?
Whew.
Sure, a few minor bags. You folks definitely do have backpacks. They're anything
I know we
that you
had
did fine.
I know we had 2 backpacks for sure.
Yeah,
Trying to get that number up to 4.
Yeah. Some basically like makeshift backpacks, maybe like school backpacks.
Sweet. So I'll pull all of the whatever drug paraphernalia I found out of my JanSport backpack and
there you go.
hand it off to Potman. We found some stuff for you.
All right, Potman's gonna start digging in. What particular assortment of items are these? Which specific things did you grab?
Well, how about you envision specifically what
like
drug paraphernalia would contain,
than
and then you could employ that. I don't feel like looking at my mom's fucking drug cabinet and then reporting back to you what it all contains, so...
Okay, I'm just gonna put it down as assorted drug paraphernalia.
Yes, there you go.
So now it'll be like the halfling luck, like every once in a while you can just pull an item that you need out of the
And just assume
pile.
to be having it the entire time. If it relates to drug paraphernalia, Potman might have it.
So Potman like pokes through the bag, sorts a few items around, and then just sort of looks up to Fletch with tears in his eyes, saying, "I'll never doubt a rambling man again."
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't find much else, so yeah.
What else did we need?
Well, a car would be nice.
Well, sure,
We
but
probably met the creepiest guy in the New England area.
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that priest.
Yeah, like
priest was crazy. You know,
I
veteran
don't even know
guy.
if he was crazy, but he was
Something.
This guy's he's a creeper.
How's Buckshot doing?
He took a deer slug, so
Yeah,
pretty well.
For having been shot with a shotgun, I assume he's doing quite well.
Yeah, all things considered, he's
Pull
doing pretty
out.
well.
Let's see, what would this be?
What?
That's not what I'm looking for.
When Potman had asked what else we had found, I'm just gonna sort of move the axe head into view.
The fucking executioner's axe that is in hand.
Gonna pull out some nice cheap strawberry wine and give it to Tony.
Yes, Boone's Farm.
Boone's, like, you got some anesthetic for you.
What is this?
Boone's Farm!
It's medical.
This looks like
It's-
box wine.
It is box wine.
The box was kind of unwieldy, so now it's just Ziploc wine.
You're giving me bag wines for the pain.
Yes.
Do you
You're
want
welcome.
to not have alcohol?
Isn't alcohol bad for someone who has a hole in their chest because it thins their blood?
Yes.
Wait.
Does.
Is Tony, like, thinking ahead all of a sudden?
No. He's obviously been replaced. You've got to kill him now.
He's
Cylon.
the vampire.
It was actually an injection slug.
Come here, the death of us. Yes, that's a good kitty.
What did he do? Shoot him with common sense?
That's just the lead poisoning talking.
Outside, the sun fully sets and night falls.
Fuck.
I think we should probably, like, close the blinds
Goodbye,
or something.
my delicious blood.
Why did you get... Whatever, man. The vampires aren't real.
Well, no, but just so people can't see, obviously, that we're in here.
Yeah, they do that.
God, Boone's Farm looks terrible.
I haven't had Boone's Farm in a few years. That was my alcoholic beverage of choice in college.
No wonder you stopped drinking.
I didn't really.
Up until you discovered Mike's Hard.
I haven't even had that in a few months. But there's still a case of that in the fridge if I ever need it. Which means if I ever play Europa again.
Yeah.
You need to be
The
drunk
only
to play
thing
that
that got you through Scotland.
My shackles. Alright. Fletch draws the blinds around the house.
I'll inform the other two about the supposedly abandoned military base.
Yeah, supposedly abandoned. Definitely not a military testing site for, illegal stuff.
Totally not full of
I
more
think
people,
we should check it out.
like Agent Douchebag.
How are we going to have... Okay, I have two things to... As much as I want to help you, check this out. Two things. There's still a hole in my stomach.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I'm not allowed to walk according to Dr. Truckosaurus Rex.
She's not a doctor. You're the only doctor here.
I swear.
She's like a nurse at best.
I have the most medical training of all of you people.
Okay, nurse.
You people.
Sure.
I mean, Potman's got a little bit of medical knowledge, but whatever.
That's sexist, you
Sure, being-
people.
Medical knowledge for biochem. At least I can
And first
keep
aid. Just go ahead, keep being a dick to Potman. It's real nice. Real nice.
It's my job.
Wait, you got more than 3 now?
Whoa, hey.
Hey.
I'm just saying, the way you phrased it suggested that Potman was useless.
Well, I
He
mean,
has an intelligence of 1.
I mean,
Yeah,
yes,
instead of 4.
you have the most medical knowledge here, but
you've got
technically-
it's all about the tone. Come
get
on.
inside of
I mean,
Come
if you want to
on.
get really technical, you have the most first aid knowledge. Like, you don't have any medicine knowledge.
Yeah,
I do have
Potman's got biochem knowledge.
You have
You
medicine?
two just
What?
be quiet. You're really,
Wait, but
really...
you actually have medicine?
Yeah.
Oh,
You should
wow.
be giving
Okay,
him
never mind. I'm
long-term
shutting the fuck
care.
up.
There's
I should.
a light rapping on the front door of the house.
I swear to God, if it's that guy with
Guys... You guys, you've woken the neighbors. Now look what you've done.
No, he was already coming out.
Oh, okay, whatever, man.
So,
Are you gonna open the door? Or are you gonna be a bad host?
he's gonna visit
Actually, drawing the pistol. Is there any way to see? Like, is there a window beside the door that you can like look out and see who's standing there?
Sure, if you open the blinds again.
It's kind of crack the blinds on the corner, like pull it back and look and see who's out there.
It's him.
Go figure.
He's got like a shoulder holstered like Glock on one side. He's got the Remington like over his shoulder, just standing there nonchalantly, flashing a disarming smile as his eyes flick over to where you're looking through
straight
the
at the
blinds.
spot. Like before I even pull it back, he's already looking straight.
Yeah,
There
he was
with that
already
smile.
making eye contact.
It's a disarming smile because he's actually like hypnotizing
No.
us into
Physically
dropping our
disarming.
weapons.
He wasn't. He wasn't looking directly there as soon as you did it, but he noticed it before you looked away.
I'll just open the door. Like, yeah. What's going on?
Thought you might want this. Hands over a bottle of tequila.
Oh, I
Now
know
we're
somebody
talking.
who will.
Oh,
Thanks.
Sure. Also thought you might want an escort if you were actually looking to check out the fort. I'll be out all of the night. I'm actually planning on heading out there myself.
Well, I guess it's convenient that we have a pair of wire cutters to use to get in then.
Convenient, yes.
The smile stays on. I've cut several holes in the fence during my time since it was abandoned 19 months ago. Those were more for you if you needed to make your own.
Oh, I appreciate it. Hand the tequila off to Tony so he can get hammered before we go searching an abandoned military base.
Well, I'm not leaving. I still have a fucking hole in my stomach.
He just
Well,
swishes
fine,
around,
pussy.
leaking
Then
everywhere.
we'll go search the abandoned military base.
Looks
Have
over
fun,
and
Storm.
shrugs. There's no guarantee you'd find anything there, but it's quite a massive place. Army salvage surely hasn't grabbed everything.
Have
what
fun
I'm
storming the
hoping.
castle.
You gotta be
Storming
all... He flashes almost... The smile vanishes when he looks over at Trusty Tony. You could be alright.
He kinda got shot.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know, man. I got
You know-
shot in the I got shot in the stomach by a shotgun.
Shrugs.
It didn't kill him, and he's still talking. So it's a
Nothing.
good sign.
Anyway, you're welcome to come along if you want. If not, and you want to stay with your friend, that's fine. Just thought I'd offer since we're neighbors and all.
Look back at Tony for a minute, and then just be like, "Let's go." Anybody else want to go?
Just taking you
Potman's
aside
actually
for a
gonna
second.
wait because
You
he's got a
remember
feeling that.
what
Go ahead.
what gun he had initially? Not the Glock.
Oh,
Yeah,
The one he's
got a Glock.
currently holding
Yes.
across his shoulder.
Yeah, the
The
Glock.
I remember.
Yeah,
What model is that? Was it a shotgun? Do you have a
it's
shotgun?
a pistol grip pump action Remington.
Okay,
Locomotive.
I'm gonna go over to Tony and get the slug and kind of ask him, will this go in bat?
Yes, a 12 gauge will fit in a 12 gauge.
Surprisingly enough,
the
a 12
gentleman blinks and says, "Oh no, honey, this is chambered with Magnum rounds."
Yeah, it would
Okay.
it would have gone clean through and probably punched a hole in my spine.
Well, at least you wouldn't be complaining
The
about it.
smile has returned, and even in like the the moonlight outside, like the stars, it like glints off his teeth.
His sharp,
Yeah.
bloody
He's-
teeth.
He's facing away from the moon, and the light glints off his teeth. He has the same power as Tony.
No, my power is just sleaze.
I think we might have run into someone that has all of our superpowers.
He's a rambling man who is also a sleazy rambling man. Wow. But is he a rapist?
We're about to find out.
Well, have fun, you guys. Have fun storming the castle.
Yeah, Potman's actually going to glance over at Tony to see if he wants to come too, because this sounds like the sort of thing that even a critically injured Tony would be all on board for.
Sure. I shouldn't be standing, but whatever.
Maybe we'll find a wheelbarrow.
Recklessness. Oh.
Oh!
Honestly,
I have a bottle of tequila. I'm fine.
it's better if he comes with us now instead of hobbling after us later.
That's right, you wouldn't want to leave him alone, what with apparently the world ended and all. Don't know what you'd find out here.
Well, we have some ideas.
I certainly wasn't expecting someone like you.
He chuckles. I'm more comfortable with the night than most.
Mentally noting, I can tell.
You're just confirming everything I believe.
Everything I believe.
Say that out loud, Dan. He's confirming everything. Steps away from the door. He actually gets on his bicycle.
Hey, what a coincidence!
All
I have
of
a
our
bicycle
superpowers
too.
combined!
And looks back at all of you. If you all don't have one, that's fine. I'll go at a slow pedal. Gives me time to talk about the place anyway.
I would offer the bike to Tony, but I'm not sure if he'll fall down and critically injure himself again.
But
Killed
Potman
by
actually
gravity.
turns to everyone and goes, You see? You see? Come on!
I don't
Did I
get it.
not mention that we found a bike too?
Yeah, there is one bicycle to the Team PC's name.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony's gonna ride off into the sunset
Potman's
with
more
it.
talking about how everyone was busting his chops about being all about bikes earlier.
Tony's riding the bicycle off into the sunset.
Yeah, Tony should be the one on that.
No,
Serpent-
sun already set, man. It's nighttime.
After all, I'm
I
sure
feel
that
like
Tony
Tony-
can survive falling 5 feet off of a bicycle right now.
Let's
You
try.
say that.
You sure?
Let's try.
Takes like 1d6 damage, maxes it out, goes unconscious again.
It's his head. He doesn't ride a helmet. Ride with a helmet? Not like
No.
Potman does.
Pop
No,
out
right.
right.
Rides a helmet.
He just casually cruises along at 20 miles an hour.
riding a bicycle be a skill under drive?
I assume it would be ride.
Oh.
You're going to be going so slow that it doesn't matter.
Damn.
I think it's one of those things that's just assumed everybody knows how to do it.
Although not everyone does know how to do
Right.
it, but for this purpose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So let's go.
All right, folks.
Let's go.
Begin the few mile trek. Well lit night outside. The silvery dime of the moon high above. Almost no clouds in the sky, and the starlight. The gentleman is part of the dashing ghoul or vampire, whatever the fuck you want to think of him as. For his part, although he does have a light clip to the handlebars, does not have it on. Although he does still have his shades and he's peering over them, he appears to be rather comfortable with seeing, even in these conditions.
It's pretty bright outside. I mean, it might just be, and have naturally more cones than ever, but anyone else.
You can still see because of the light of the school.
Yeah, it's still on fire, right? That thing is still on fire.
He just wears them to keep track of the visions in his eyes. It's cool.
It's mostly sputtered out by this point.
Damn.
Along the way, as you folks begin your trek, it'll take some time. You especially since some folks are on foot, you're gonna be doing this for at least, it's gonna be like a 40-minute trek. So you're welcome to talk amongst yourselves or talk to him.
He's
Mainly-
such a plethora of current affair knowledge.
So, question: what's keeping my insides inside?
All that
Bandages.
gauze
A lot
you
of
found at the
bandages.
nurse's station.
Okay.
That wasn't
You
that
got
bad
shot.
of an
You weren't-
injury.
You were shot. You weren't eviscerated.
Come on, you weren't disemboweled. Quit being a pussy.
Considering the fact that apparently one third of the damage actually got healed, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
More specifically, we did a really good job of it.
Yes.
Or it turns out it just wasn't that bad.
It was a bad shell that barely had any grain in it for some reason. It really just didn't do much.
The hand of God intervened. Because seriously, you could have died from that, but you didn't. Now you
could
know.
have really, it would have
And
been
now
amazing.
you know.
Was it a ×6 modifier?
It was, I do believe, a ×6 modifier.
So yeah, at maximum you would have only taken 96 damage.
At maximum, yeah. Yeah, I could have totally.
That was a definite character ending situation.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you limped out of it.
Well, that's what happens whenever the reckless man just goes, I walk around the corner.
Hey, it was clear.
All clear.
Bam.
Yeah.
This is gonna
You
leave
got
a
the
horrible.
12% chance.
This is gonna leave a horrible scar
It's character building.
on top of the
Mm.
scars on my feet and the scars on my head.
You will just be scarred.
I didn't even get a roll survival roll. That's not die. I just didn't die. Oh well. So
Same-
do we know the guy's name that's leading us here?
Nope.
It seems kind of weird that we don't know his name.
Well, if you know somebody's true name, you're immune to their charms.
Hey, guy, what's your name? I don't like being led around places by people I don't know. No offense.
He chuckles and says, fair enough, I don't like leading people whose names I don't know.
The name's Anthony Ramirez.
You do good to remember it.
Name's Lance Frost.
Okay.
He says coolly.
Definitely skeptical of that.
Yeah,
Just
you,
really-
you can't see his head because he's currently looking in front of him, but you imagine the smile still there. That perpetual fucking 5 o'clock shadow.
It's always there.
It's like this weird hybrid of all three of you, but successful.
We haven't
And
seen him
creepier.
do anything yet. We don't know for sure that he's going to be successful.
Yeah.
We've all had our moments where we looked like badasses and then failed horribly.
Yeah. That's,
Memory goes back to Shield.
So where are you four from? Knew each other before this whole world-shattering event?
Me and Tony did.
I was a student, and
Where?
everything went to shit. Scranton.
Scranton. Definitely not from here.
I was just passing through.
He's a bit of a hobo.
Ah. Makes sense now.
They like to believe that.
He calls it a rambling man.
Just
Sure,
kind
I've
of far
heard of
from
that.
home.
Right.
We're very concerned for him.
I mean, honestly, we're all basically homeless at this point.
I can see that.
So.
Me, I still got a home. Just got no neighbors.
Yeah. Hope you keep that home for a while, Lance. Frost.
Don't think that's
Lance.
happening.
Mr. Frost?
Yeah, there's a whole wall of zombies coming.
Literal wall.
It was crazy.
Solid.
Good turnaround.
Ran into a few of these zombie raised from the dead things. Haven't seen that many out here though.
Well,
Yeah, it.
it just kind of recently got out this far.
As you get close to the bigger cities, it's like a wall coming away from them.
Probably helped that all your neighbors left in such a hurry. Not too many people get infected around here.
No, and no one really told me. Not that I spend much time with them anyway. A little bit afraid of my condition.
Yeah, what's that?
The smile fades. I have XP, which, you know how when you stay out in the sun, or when you stare at a television, or sit in front of your computer, you sustain constant UV damage, but your body fixes that. Not mine.
Well, that explains a few things. Still a ghoul.
Almost all people of my condition, they die before they turn 20. Me? I consider myself to be playing with house money all the same.
Yeah, my character in VTM claimed the same thing.
I like to live with the policy of carpe nocturne, seize the night. Hence, I know just about everything around the local area. Although, most of the secrets of Fort Drake have still eluded me, the place is so vast.
Where all of you checked?
He sighs. There's... And he actually begins to go into some details about the base. It was a former military installation, once used for nefarious federal purposes. It spans over 14,000 acres, roughly less than a quarter the size of Baltimore. The abandoned site is still surrounded by that high chain link fence, supported by steel posts and concrete caissons, topped with helixes of razor wire. And as you draw closer, and he shines a light, several regularly posted signs in red and black lettering warn that although this facility has been shut down at the recommendation of the Defense Base Closure and Realignment Commission, trespassers will nevertheless be prosecuted, fined, and possibly imprisoned under a list of relevant federal statutes so long that it occupies the bottom third of every notice.
Property of the U.S. Army, probably. Trespassers may be met with deadly force.
The beam is not very strong to cut much further, but thanks to the well-lit conditions of the night, beyond the fence about 50 yards or so, are a group of immense warehouses spanning several city blocks, easily larger than Artesia. Each warehouse is rectangular in shape, with 30-foot-high corrugated steel walls rising from a concrete foundation to a curved metal roof. At one end of each is a large roll-up door, currently closed, that once served large cargo trucks. And as Lance further explains, there used to be several thousand people in single-family housing who lived on this base in its heyday. Especially with other clusters of warehouses elsewhere, that's simply too many square miles to check. Again, it's 1/4 the size of the city of Baltimore. Even in the 19 months with him investigating on many nights when he can, he has not been able to cover much of anything at all this place, especially since, given how it used to be a part of the whole Cold War defense, there's so many hidden tunnels and passages that extend several stories beneath what we see on the surface.
Yeah, we can
We
find
found
some
your
terrible
long-term
things.
facility.
What's that?
I think we found Tony's long-term care facility.
Unless it doesn't have supplies.
Len shrugs and says, "Of course, Army Salvage took away most of these things. That's how you can still see, or how you can actually see where the secret doors that were once hidden are now. But," shrugs, "there's no telling. There are some suspicions among Artesia that the Department of Defense still had an operation of sorts out from here, but, again, I've never seen anything."
Well, let's hope they don't.
At any rate, actually gets off the bike long enough to step up to the fence, and rather than using the wire cutters, actually ends up lifting up a bit of the fence, where apparently he's long ago clipped the bottom so that he could roll it up large enough to get through, and then roll it back down, so that it would appear as if nothing had been removed or altered.
Well, follow suit.
This is where my journey ends with you. I have some other things to take care of tonight, my friends.
Anywhere you could suggest starting our search?
He shrugs and gestures over to the warehouse and says, "I haven't even searched through all of those yet. There's just too much to see."
All right, fair enough.
I suppose it's as good a place as any.
Thanks for pointing this place out to us.
Thanks.
Perhaps you might be able to find something of use, although, if what you say is true, I imagine I'm actually surprised that more people haven't tried to move into this place sooner.
Well, I think they're all just trying to get as far away as possible.
Yep.
Perhaps. As we shall see each other once again, and he'll actually depart from you at that point, and
As he's walking off, Potman will say, "Just, shoot wildly if you run into something dangerous."
All right, here's the plan. We wait for him to get out of eyesight. We grab his bike and run.
That's fucking retarded.
He pedals off on his bike back towards
Damn it.
Artesia, leaving the four
Everything
of you
you have to
here on the other side of the fence, inside the massive acreage of Fort Drake.
Nope.
Let's get to
Onward, I
scavenging.
guess. Yeah.
All right.
We have enough supplies to spend a few days here if we need to.
As noted, the nearest cluster of things is that large group of warehouses, though further off in the distance you can make out shapes of large other complexes. Again, this covers such a massive distance. You're looking at over 20 square miles.
Well, let's get to looking.
Looking we go.
All right.
How do we want to do it? Do we want to do it as one whole group, or
I don't know about you guys, but my helpfulness in this situation is going to be suspect because I'm partially drunk. I have a hole in my stomach, and I'm me.
you'll be fine?
Okay, you say so.
He just did.
Kind of shrug.
I guess we're gonna stay as one group then.
It's better to stay together in this situation.
Fucking Potman's eating.
Yep.
He probably is.
That's
That
why I
crunch
made that
wasn't
statement.
Those 3D Doritos aren't going to eat themselves.
Yeah.
Delicious.
He does have this fancy new bong.
Fancy. It's a piece of shit.
And
I
an
watched
entire
I watched.
backpack of drug paraphernalia.
I watched you make it.
It's probably why it wasn't as good as it could have been. Trusty Tony
yeah.
deriding you the entire time.
Yeah. You call that a bong?
Shut up!
You're not my dad.
Fucking Potman, it's Citadel! Mad Dog! Freight train.
Whatever
Mad Dog, that's a new
Weed
one.
corpse.
Weed corpse.
Yes, weed corpse.
All right. Tony is looking for medical supplies, if at all possible.
First, you gotta get over, well, the first closest structures are those 8 looming fucking warehouses.
First, you have to cross through the minefield.
Yes, the 50 yards distance between the fence and those warehouses.
Well, unless there's a sign that says halt or Aktun
We
minefield.
passed that at the
Yeah,
fence.
this isn't going to be something that's hand-waved with a scavenging roll and a huzzah.
The sign that said "Stop, Do Not Enter" was back at the fence. We already
Yes.
passed that.
Yeah.
But
you already
but
passed
did
that.
it say minefield?
So you take the time, crossing the 150 feet over to the warehouses, and as was noted, they are quite large in scale, 3 stories tall each. The massive corrugated steel walls looming up into the night.
Well,
There's
Damn.
8 of them in total in this cluster,
Well,
conveniently numbered 1 through 8.
I'll propose some priority things we need are medical supplies, some type of military vehicle would be nice, and weapons. Although I assume weapons would probably be stored in more of an armory.
Probably.